Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo. Welcome to my scrapbook table. This layout is for, project is for 3 different things. It is for Scraplift Crafternoon, and we are lifting Crafty Queen Cat. And I'll talk more about what I'm going to use from her layout as inspiration. It's also for the Beautiful Blossoms Challenge blog. So I have fussy cut some flowers here. I have flowers here in this simple vintage lemon twist from Simple Stories. Some florals here that I will use. And it is also part of my, move these over, my Grace to Help Traveler's Notebook. So 3 things happening today. And let me pull, oh, here's Kat's layout. Here's what I have decided to use as inspiration. Number 1, I love the color scheme. I love these greenish blues here with pops of yellow and some black. That's what I am pulling from here, as well as her idea to keep the design in the center of the project. Her information, as well as links and a playlist for all the people from Scraplift Crafternoon who are playing along today, will be in the description box. Let me encourage you to watch through that playlist, click on the Instagram links, check out Kat's work, and hit the thumbs up, the like button, give them a little bit of attention for the work that they do. So here is what I am thinking. I used this Stampin' Up! Embossing folder. It's a 3D folder. And I don't know if you can see on camera the texture that it created, but this is just beautiful. Now granted, mine's bigger than the folder, so I do have a seam going across there, but that's not going to matter in the long run. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and then I will be back and do my usual voiceover. So I have adhered the textured white paper to my notebook. I have written out the verse or group of verses on this little 3x4 card that I cut from Simple Vintage Lemon Twist. And here's another one that I'm going to use behind it, just to make it a little more bold around the 3 sides. And I inked the edges with VersaFine Morning Mist ink. And now here's some of the fussy cut flowers that I'm going to put behind this. I wish now that I had put the yellow border around the other side of the verse so that the flowers would have shown more on this side. But done is better than perfect. And now I'm just trying to decide where I want to put this little floral cluster that I fussy cut. The one with that blue flower there. And at the bottom, that says Happy Day. And I did end up getting that on the page a little bit crooked, but it is what it is. Then I'm thinking, where am I going to put the eagle? Well, it's an eagle soaring, so it needs to be more to the top of the page. And I had this on crooked, so I was fixing that, which I must have had to, maybe I went and trimmed it a little extra. And right about now is where I decided what I was going to mat the photo in. So you'll see in a minute that I pull in some black paper with little white dots. Again, it's from the same Simple Vintage Lemon Twist collection, and I thought about the yellow, but I decided it needed the black. And often when I'm working on a layout or a card or whatever, and something seems to be missing, often it's some black. I don't know why, but sometimes I just feel like that sets things off a little better. So this is pretty much how things end up on the page. The verse I wrote on this one is from Isaiah 40. The Lord is the everlasting God. He does not grow weary. He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might, he increases strength. They who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint.
So I chose a photograph of an eagle. I did not take that photograph, though I wish I had. It's a really great picture. And I decided to pull a couple stickers from the sticker sheet and add those. I have a couple extra little leaf pieces, and I tuck one there in that corner. Again, let me remind you to check out the links in the description box below to visit the other creators, both for Scraplift Crafternoon and to check out Kat's work on her account as well. I have this lemon that I'm going to tuck in here because it felt like there was a gap there that was bothering me. And then I thought about doing a tiny bit of journaling in that bottom corner, but it was a little too big for what I was putting in. So I thought of this sticker, which I wish I had used that, made room for it earlier, but there just wasn't room now. So I put that back on my sheet, and I pulled out a little tag, and I actually put it on sideways, but you can't tell. I tucked the plain part of the tag up underneath, and it just created another nice layer. I had to use my scissors to lift up that corner, but there we go. And then I have a little tiny space at the bottom to do a little bit of writing. Excuse me. So as I am editing this, it's Father's Day, so if you celebrate Father's Day, I hope you enjoy your day and get to celebrate an important guy in your life. We are on the way to church this morning, and Dan is right beside me, so I've already told him Happy Father's Day. So the last thing I do, after tucking in this little leaf and doing a tiny bit of writing, is I pull out my enamel dots because it needed something else. I did add those 2 stickers at the top, and I like how that kind of framed that eagle picture in between the other colors. But the last thing I do is add some enamel dots because it just seemed like it needed something else. And I don't often scrapbook with yellow, and so it was a nice way to use up my yellow dots. And I do often use black enamel dots, so I was glad I still have some. I'm trying to use up what is in this bag of enamel dots, which will probably there's enough there to last at least 2 years, unless I want some black ones more at some point. So I ended up putting 4 clusters of little dots, and I know usually we do things in odd numbers, but it just felt like that's what this one needed. I'm really glad you're here. Thank you for watching today. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If you're not, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. And there are still shots coming up in just a moment to give you a little bit better view. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.